Hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'll just turn the music down a touch. That's not playing. Not sure why that's not playing. Never mind. Anyway, thanks so much for everyone who's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. Pinman, thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Jeff, thanks so much for tuning in as well. I really do appreciate it. Ellis Morale, thank you so much for tuning in. Ellis, how are you doing? And Callum, thank you so much for tuning in as well. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. Some of you might not remember that I streamed or whatever, so I really do appreciate you tuning in. Major, thank you so much for tuning in as always. I was listening to 606, the telephone phone-in on BBC, like a podcast of it, and St Johnstone's goalkeeper scored against Rangers, and then they ended up beating them on penalties. That's crazy story. Today we're going to be watching Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. And Manchester City, the juggernaut, continues to roll on after their amazing 2-1 win, making it 18 wins in a row away from home against PSG and hoping to make it 19 today. This is going to be a tough game, a really tough game, and I'm not sure which way it will go. How are you? I'm doing good, thank you, mate. How are you? Crystal Palace 2, Man City 3, so you think there'll be 5 goals. City don't give too many goals away. But there is no Diaz, there is no Stones in the lineup. They've made a lot of changes, which we will get into. 2-0 City, says Pinman. I just think it might be a draw, so I'm thinking draw. But I will stick my other headphone in so I can hear what's going on. I need some new headphones, right? So if anyone has any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Love to hear them. Chris, thanks so much for joining. Chris, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. 3-0 Man City win. So you think Man City as well? I am playing FIFA, says Jay, and City just played Palace and won 4-0. So that's my prediction. No, I'm going to stick with a draw. Kelly's gone every weekend. Kelly, who, obviously my girlfriend, who doesn't know too much about football, puts on a bet, like a crazy bet. And this time she's gone for Eibar to draw. And I think they're playing Alaves in La Liga, and Eibar are bottom of the league. So Raycons. I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to inform me. Crystal Palace 0, Man City 2. Nice, another slot in there. I wish I could do the polls. I think they got rid of the polls while they've been away. But yeah, I missed the polls. You have to take your chances versus Palace like we did early in the season. We won 7-0. At the end of the day, City don't really need to win 7-0. If they win 1-0, it's 3 points towards the title, and that's all that matters. They can win it this weekend if Liverpool do their job, which is a little bit horrible for Liverpool, because they obviously have been very had this much disdained relationship with Manchester City. And if City win this game and Liverpool were to beat Manchester United, they could win the league. Your volume very high. Is that... Right, hang on. Is that better? Is it the Blazers Links man? That is his name. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. I play FIFA as well. PS4. Cute. I only play it on computer when I played it, but obviously I played it on PS2 and stuff before, on PS3. Don't think I had it on Xbox One. No, I did have it on Xbox One. I can't imagine Spurs getting in the Champions League for a long time since we've sacked Jose. Yeah, I can't see it either. I think it won't happen for a while, for sure. Anyway, where was I? Well, Man City have won the league anyway. No matter how they could bottle this now. No way they could put this. No, they couldn't. But they're obviously not taking this game very seriously because of that aspect of we're going to want to rest our players like Diaz. Look at the bench. Kevin De Bruyne is on the bench. Diaz is on the bench. Thogden is on the bench. Gundogan is on the bench. Riyad Mahrez is on. Sounds like you're really loud, your voice. Right, okay. Is that better? Let me know. Bernardo Silva is on the bench. Walker is on the bench. And Zinchenko is on the bench. John Stones is missing through a red card as well. So all of the big named players are all on the bench. So, right. Is it a you issue? I'll volume fine. All right, okay. Who do you think will get relegated? The bottom three. The bottom three. I think I thought it for a while, but then Fulham went on that sort of good run, and then I was thinking, maybe Fulham will survive, but no, it will be. It was out of my side. Okay. Right. FIFA 21 rubbish this year. I've not played it at all. So Old Firm tomorrow, and Callum thinks about tuning in as well, dude. Old Firm tomorrow. I will probably spectate it for sure. I'm going 3-1 City, so there's another person in the City camp. Didn't know, it might be tough, but Man City have still the best second team. That is true. Carlisle away to Leyton Orient today. Both got nothing to play for. We may play youth summer today. That's good. It's Jan Burger Boy. Hey, dude, thanks for joining in. How you doing? So we will go through the team lineups. Goita is in goal. The back four are Joel Ward, Kouyaté, Dan and Mitchell. Rydveld, Milivojevic, which I could not pronounce the first time I did a stream. I really, really couldn't. There was people in the streams telling me how to pronounce it. It just didn't click into my head. Milivojevic. Eze, Zaha, Benteke, Townsend. The team for Manchester City, those 8 changes made by Pep Guardiola. One of the people who survives is Edison. Another survivor is Cancelo. Laporte, Ake is at the back with Mendy at left back. Ferran Torres makes a start for City. Fernandinho has come in to midfield. Rodri, another person who played in midweek. Sterling, Aguero makes a start, potentially his final start for Manchester in the Manchester City shirt, as he is due to leave at the end of the season. And Gabriel Jesus, the Brazilian, up front. I'm not sure how they're going to be doing it. Will Aguero or Jesus be playing further back? Will they both be playing as a pair, and will there be 4 across midfield? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We never know with Guardiola. Bench for Palace: Ayew, Batshuayi, Butland, Cahill, Kelly, Mateta, McCarthy, Schlupp, and Van Aanholt. Bench for City: De Bruyne, Diaz, Foden, Gundogan, Mahrez, Silva, Stefan, Walker, Zinchenko. Missing for both sides: Ferguson, McCarthy, Sacco, Tompkins and Wickham are all injured for Crystal Palace, and City have Stones out with a red card. 2-0 City. Hang on, I've missed more messages. I only do Ultimate Team. Yeah, I do that because I know some people spend loads of money on like packs and stuff. I remember he was talking to me about the game and was like, yeah, how much have you spent on packs? But I could have been on the stream. I have no idea. PES 21 better this year. I haven't played it. I think I've played a demo of it once. Pro Clubs by far best mode. 2-0 City. Another person in the camp for City. Same time, Carlisle will want to finish strongly to take the momentum into next season. Whatever manager picks. I'll support it. Yeah, that's it. At the end of the day, if you've got nothing to play for, you might as well maybe change a little bit and test a few more players. I will have updates for the Sheffield Wednesday Nottingham Forest game kicking off at 12:30 as well. Thanks so much everyone who's tuned in so far. I really, really do appreciate it. I still like to win games even if I've got nothing to play for. Yeah, of course. Not Sterling is leaving. Aguero is leaving at the end of the season. So it'll be one of his final appearances. Certainly maybe his final start in a Manchester City shirt. If I said Sterling, I meant Aguero. Apologies. Jesus and Aguero to score says, Jeff, what manager do you think will fit Spurs? Brendan Rodgers is absolutely brilliant, right? He did well at Swansea, got him promoted and got him playing nice football. And they finished fairly high up their first season. Went to Liverpool. We all know how it ended, but we all know also he did very well getting them into second place and almost winning the league. Being very, very close to winning the league. He went to Celtic, had a season unbeaten, won the treble twice, right? And then won another trophy on the way for their third treble, which he already went for. And finally, he at Leicester, the first season, he did fine. The first full season, they finished just outside the Champions League spots and in Europe, the Europa League. But having said that, if they would have had just a full normal season without the break due to the pandemic, would they have finished in the top 4? Maybe. This season, they're in the top 3. Again, looking for that top 4 position. So maybe get into the top 4 and have Champions League football. He's done brilliant everywhere he's been, so that would be my choice. I know he's not the most, sort of attractive manager because he's just, a British, but that's who I'd go with for sure. Don't spend money, trade to get my players. Fair enough. My bad, I'm playing FIFA while listening. That's okay. Wednesday to lose, get them relegated. They probably will get relegated now. Who do you think will win the Euros? I think it will be difficult for anyone to overthrow France, but Belgium could do a win in it just because it would be their final chance of winning it before they end up all retiring, like De Bruyne, and it could be their last chance at the Euros for sure. So maybe they'll be looking forward to it. It might be somebody random. Brendan won't want to manage us, but I'd be happy as I did. That's it, but you've got to break the bank and you've got to really put an attractive offer to him. And maybe he would consider it. He left Celtic, his boyhood club, to go to Leicester to improve. But I suppose you'd be thinking, are we playing in the Champions League next season? Or managing in the Champions League next season with Leicester? He wouldn't be doing that with Spurs, but he could be the man to do that. If not, I'm not sure who they go with. I've heard of several names bandied about, but I'm really, really not sure. Poland to win it. Maybe, dude. Maybe. So 8 changes for City. Laporte, Ake, Mendy. Did Mendy play? No, Mendy didn't play. Sterling, Fernandinho, Torres, Aguero and Jesus all come in. Not England. Yeah, probably not England, dude. We're not exactly pulling up trees, are we? But maybe they'll do it. End of the day, I think this crop of players will be very close to something. Maybe the World Cup next year. Wow, that's next year. It's come around quick. It has come around quick. So hopefully it will be a good tournament regardless. Obviously there will be not many people attending the games. I think they are doing it on reduced capacity, especially in Europe. So it will be different, but hopefully it'll be okay. And if they can't do it then they've got no chance of doing it at all, really, because the World Cup will be next year and they wouldn't want to play 2 tournaments. We say this every year, every decade about England. I don't think we do, Chris, because between 2010 and sort of 2020, we didn't have many players come through. Certainly not the calibre of people like Foden and Bellingham and Sancho. And we've got good players who are a little bit older, like Walker and Kane and people. So I think we've got a good squad crop coming through. but you need the right manager and the resources to do it, and we don't seem to have that. So we don't seem to have that, but we are due to kick off any moment. Palace manager Roy Hodgson looking on. It will be Crystal Palace kicking us off. There are the Manchester City substitutes. Manager isn't good enough. No, he probably isn't. Aren't PSG to win Champions League for Pochettino? It would be nice to see Pochettino win something, but I think he's already won a trophy while he's been at PSG. But I think it will be difficult for them to do it. You know, if he needs to win the league, because that's expected. Champions League isn't expected as much as in Paris. Well, they're just doing the knee, and then we'll get going after that. There we are. And we're underway. Now, I've done something which I'm sure you will all appreciate, where I take this off and then just put that on like that. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So who's everyone else's teams playing in this weekend's round of fixtures? Chris already said Carlisle have got Leyton Orient. Who's everyone else playing? Is anyone going to be watching any other games besides this one? Here is Laporte. Hereford don't play until the 22nd in the FA Trophy final against AFC Hornchurch, which is a Saturday. I'm looking forward to watching Hereford at Wembley and watching Hereford on the TV. I have not seen them play since... when was the last time I saw them play? Probably August 2019. So I've not seen them play for ages. Sheffield United. Yeah, I did see that's one of the games. I think Spurs should be able to get the better of them, surely. I think it will be a game that they could probably do well and score a few goals, and you know, they wouldn't be out if they, but I think it is extremely difficult for Spurs to win a place in the Champions League for sure, but maybe they'd be up for the Europa League. I don't think they want to finish in that sort of... I don't think they want to finish in that place of Europa Conference League. I think that would be really something they wouldn't want, and I think they'd rather be out than win that. At the end of the day, I think that's what the problem is. England has so many good sides that if one of them happens to break the top six, like Everton have, and like Leicester have, and West Ham, that means that, you know, Tottenham don't want to be in there. So, but they might be in the Conference League, and there's no way of getting out of that, which is good because that is how the football should be played. But it must be quite annoying for them. But I suppose it's better than not being in Europe, isn't it? Do you think Norwich will get relegated again? They keep coming first in the Championship, then 20th in the Premier League. Do I think they will? They seem a little bit more solid defensively than they have been, from what I've heard. They've got obviously still got some very, very good players. They've got people like Aaron still, and Pookie still, and Buendia, who's very highly rated. I think they may still go down, but I think they, as Pinman says, I think they've got a better chance of surviving than they did last time. But we'll have to see. I know they've lost obviously Godfrey and Jamal Lewis from the side that got relegated. But yeah, I'd like to see them put up a bit more of a fight. I don't like sides going straight back down. It annoys me. But as Jack says, it depends what they do in the summer. I think we're tuning Jack. The thing is, though, if they spend as little as they did the season they got relegated, then it's going to be quite disappointing to see them just get relegated again. That would quite annoy me. Arsenal versus Man United. Europa League final is bigger than Chelsea City Champions League final, according to DC. Oh yeah, because the chance to play in the Champions League is better than winning it. Ball comes in, and that's going to be behind for a throw-in. Yeah, I think Sheffield United will be back up in the Premier League. I don't know. It depends who they. I would certainly have more confidence if it was Chris Wilder still in charge, but it depends who they bring in as manager. I don't think Heckingbottom is the answer to any question. Norwich will have a better chance to survive, definitely. Depends what they do in the summer, I think. Yeah, I agree with that. Norwich are like Fulham, get relegated, then straight back up. Yeah, they did come straight back up and they have got relegated again. Or will get relegated again. But they've got a different sort of way about it, haven't they? They've gone from spending loads of money, which was millions on people like Anguissa. Is it Anguissa? And Seri. And then signing people like Rico and Fabry and Alfie Mawson and whoever else they signed. And then they haven't spent much money. They've been more really working on who they're signing, and they haven't invested much, and they probably will be in the black for this season. But they could do with trying to build a squad good enough to stay up next season. But I can understand why they didn't want to throw it all at and put pedal to the metal. Is that the right saying? To put loads of money in and get relegated like last time. I think they've gone a right way about it, particularly in a pandemic. Where do you think Aguero might go? I've heard Barcelona are interested in him. So he might go back to Spain. He might stay in England, but I think he will probably go abroad, I would say. I don't think he'll stick around in England, although he does seem very happy in England. If at Man United, Arsenal, it would probably be the only time I want Man United to win a game due to the fact team finishing potentially bottom half don't deserve Champions League. It goes to show how poor the competition's been this year, I would say. I think so anyway, because they've been very, very poor. But look at the teams in it last season: Inter Milan, Sevilla, Manchester United were all in the latter stages. But this season, it's been sides that I wouldn't expect to get into the latter stages. Like a fair few bigger sides have already been knocked out, which is disappointing for the competition, really. But Manchester United should definitely get over the line. I would be very, very surprised and probably disappointed if they were not to do it. I think they should definitely win it. But it would be good to see Arsenal. I would want Arsenal to win it because I would like to see Arsenal have 5 teams in the Champions League, because that means we've got another team in the Champions League. And I think that would be really, really good to see. I want as many English teams in the Champions League so I have multiple options. But I understand why you wouldn't want them to. I understand why you wouldn't want to have him there. It would really suck to see Brighton go down. I suppose they play nice football, so I understand that point of view. But you don't get anything for playing nice football. But it would be nice to see them stay up just because they do play nice football under Potter. They haven't conceded many goals. They just don't score enough. If they scored enough, I was speaking to my dad. If they scored more goals, they would be for certain. They would certainly be fine. They'd probably be like mid-table, but they need to find. If they had like a clinical goal scorer, even if somebody has just scored a few more goals, I think they'd be fine. I don't think they are relegation material. I heard Eddie Howe. I think he'd want something a bit better than Sheffield United, but obviously he has been linked with Celtic, and I think that's where he'd probably end up. It would really suck to go. Hopefully Brentford or Barnsley win the playoffs. I wouldn't want to see the 3 that come down to come straight back up. Because you think about a couple of years ago, it would only be Leeds instead of Sheffield United. And 2 sides would be going down as well. Fulham and West Brom both got promoted last year. Only Leeds would survive. Here's Mendy. Mendy puts the ball in. Oh, brilliant ball. Torres! Wide. I think that took a deflection, so it will be a corner kick. So that's what I think for sure. But I wouldn't want to see them. So I think I'd like Brentford to go up just because it would be quite a disaster if Bournemouth got promoted. But they are going quite well. But I would like to see Brentford get promoted out of all of them. He'll go to Bolton in League One. I'm not sure who you mean. Let me know. Anyone else watch Mark Goldbridge to see him rage? I don't watch him really much. I prefer watching AFTV for that sort of thing. Because they're always... There's loads of them in there, so they can argue with each other as he just does it on his own. A bit like me. But yeah, that's what I think. Townsend. He meant Aguero. Oh, right, okay. Benteke's header from the cross in wide. Poor, really. He could have done a bit better than that. Yeah, I don't think Aguero will go to Bolton in League One. Maybe come to National League North Hereford. That'd be good. That'd be really good. Even Villa, who only stayed up due to a goal line technology error, could finish above Arsenal. Yeah, they've been crap. And there's no other way to describe it. They've just been absolutely awful. Having said that, it doesn't matter where you finish. If you win the Europa League, you get into the Champions League. And that's the rule. And it's really good. It's really, really, really good rule. Really good rule. And I really think the Europa League has benefited massively from the rule of you get into the Champions League. Because if you finish out the Champions League, if you're Spurs and you're still in the Champions League, Europa League, you're thinking, I need to get in the Champions League. And they didn't take it seriously and they got knocked out. And I think that was a big, big, big error on Jose Mourinho's part. However, I don't think they'd have got through anyway. I think they'd have been knocked out regardless. Sterling tries to play the 1-2 but cut out there. What happens if you get relegated but win the Champions League or Europa League? Then you would be in the Europa League. You'd be in the Champions League the following season, regardless of how you do in the league, because you've won the... So if you win the league, you earn the right to be in the Champions League. If you win the Europa League, you earn the right to be in the Champions League group stages. If you win the Champions League, you earn the right to be in the Champions League group stages. Therefore, you would still be in. You would definitely still be in, which is absolutely fantastic, but it's not something that happens ever. However, we've had the odd occasion where a side has won it at Istanbul. We had the odd occasion where the team has finished outside, like Chelsea did in 2012, but won it against Bayern Munich to end up back in the Champions League. Heard Ronaldo might be going back to Man United. I heard that as well. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not sure it's something that we will say. However, it would be good to see a superstar like that back in the Premier League, and it would certainly make Manchester United a lot stronger. I remember when Chelsea won the Champions League, Tottenham finished in top 4 and didn't get Champions League on the old rules. Yeah, they did. Because the 1 year... No, was 1 year they... Was it Liverpool? Because the one year, Liverpool... I think it was Liverpool won... Or was it Chelsea? No, one year, one side in England won it and finished outside the top 4, and we had 5 in the Champions League because of it, because it never something they didn't ever think would happen. Can't remember what year that was. Wigan played in Europa League in the Championship. Yes, as did Birmingham when they won the League Cup against Arsenal and got relegated as well. So there is rare occasions of that happening. I like to see new teams in the Premier League, not same old Bournemouth, for example. I got no problem with Bournemouth. I wouldn't want to see West Brom come back up. I wouldn't be keen on that, I don't think. But yeah, I'm sort of with you. Particularly straight back up. But it goes to show how much the parachute payments that they received, and obviously the winning, the sort of money they made from finishing even 20th place has made. Sterling's shot is over the bar. Yeah. I don't want to see. I don't really want to see. I don't think anyone wants to see just the same old sides. But it is nice. It would be nice to see Barnsley come up. It would be tremendous to see Barnsley come up, because that's just someone no one expected. It would be similar to when Huddersfield got promoted a few years ago. 2005, Liverpool finished outside the top 4 when won Champions League. Maybe that's what I mean. I'm pretty sure it happened, and then they cut it out to make sure it wouldn't happen again. And then Chelsea, I think Chelsea won it, and a side got knocked out, which you said was Spurs. Benteke shot straight at Edison. Don't like teams going straight back up. I'm with you. Be better to go on a journey like Bolton have been on since. Obviously, nowhere near what happened financially. No. I think. Right, I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching something the other day, and I was thinking to myself, you know, people who are like Crystal Palace, they don't play great football under Roy, but they're always safe. But I can understand why you'd want better football, because if you're guaranteed to be in the Premier League every season, you're not going to, particularly with Pep, you're not going to win the Champions League because you won't be in it. You're not going to win Europa League because you won't be in it. You're not going to win the league because you're not good enough. You won't win the League Cup because Pep is so strong in those competitions. And the winners of the FA Cup have usually been a top 6 side. When was the last time somebody didn't win it from the top 6? Would it be Wigan in 2013? So the chance of winning a trophy is fairly slim. So if you're just going to play defensively all the time, then I can understand why you wouldn't want to watch that. I am glad that Hereford play in National League North, because I think it's more exciting to be a side that has a chance of relegation, has a chance of promotion, has a chance of playoffs, heartbreak from playoffs, than the same old season every year. And I know people have got to be in those positions, but it's just not something that appeals to me too much. I think Blade's players back earlier, O'Connell lecture, they won't be like this. I mean, I can see a chance of... They have got some good players. Sheffield United, and they could certainly be okay. Like looking at their squad now, there's certainly players who would be fine and well adapted to that league, obviously, because you come out of it. Sterling looking for it. Sterling's still going. Sterling! Oh! Should have done better. His final touch was just too much. And Tyreek Mitchell got in the way, and really, really important touch. Brilliant from Sterling there. Should have made it 1-0, I reckon. I personally rather be in the Championship as there's more games. Yeah. And League 1 and 2, you'd be able to play during the international break as well. That's exciting. Nothing worse than that. A benefit to our league downfall is more grounds to visit up and down the country. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. But obviously, being a side like Bolton, you want to be in the sort of Championship, higher echelons of the Championship, don't you, at least, if not the Premier League. The Premier League side, when I was a kid, obviously, and got relegated in 2012, I think. So I remember seeing them in 2011 in a friendly. Berger, Egan leaving, and McBurney. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, there has to be takers for these players. Like Sarr from Watford, he's a great player. He's a brilliant player, but no one was willing to pay however much they wanted for him, so he ended up staying, which could be beneficial because look how well Watford have kept hold of their players, and that's why they've been promoted, because they've got really a Premier League squad. And that's why they've got promoted. Here's Cancelo. Throw in to City. Zaha knocking it out for a throw. He's taking it quickly. There's Guardiola, so I can't see the action. Cross comes in, and there is the keeper. As a Spurs fan, I really want Kane and Son to leave so they can win trophies. That's sad, man. That's a sad way of looking at it. I can understand it, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because you want them to win trophies with you. It's not like you're, I don't know, Blackburn, and you've got a player who's out of this world. You're just really underachieving. But are you underachieving? Because you've never been like a side that has won trophies. Since I've been alive, I can remember you winning one trophy, which was obviously, as you know, the League Cup. But I mean, look how, I don't know if you remember, but when City beat, I want to say, Arsenal, the first of those 4 League Cups, Kyle Walker was almost in tears because he'd won a trophy, and I don't think he'd ever won a trophy before. Or certainly didn't at Spurs, and I don't think he did anything like while he was on loan at Villa or anything. So that was his first trophy. Bolton have technically won a trophy more than recently than Spurs. League One runners-up trophy in 2017, and then hopefully another today. I wouldn't class winning runners-up as a trophy. I think finishing as champions is definitely a trophy. I mean, you could beat anyone with that stick, though, couldn't you? Like in the sort of, last sort of 10 years, you could say, well, or maybe like 12 years, you could say Fleetwood have had more trophies than any of us because they've had so many promotions. League trophies, anyway. Oh, good. Here's Aguero. Cuts it back. Jesus. And away from Dan. Ferran Torres. Swansea Union, thank you much for tuning in. Dude, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, Toby. Still involves lifting the trophy. Wow, I mean, the Emirates Cup involves lifting a trophy. The Audi Cup involves lifting a trophy. I understand what you mean, totally. You do get a trophy for doing it. And I remember when Hereford finished 3rd in League 2 on a budget probably minute compared to Bolton. We won a trophy, but it's not a trophy, is it? It's just automatic promotion. You haven't won the league because you get a proper trophy for that. I'm doing well, thanks, Swansea. How are you? Aguero looking sharp, I would say. Audi Cup is the best cup. That's it. It certainly is. No one would want to win anything else. I remember when someone was like doing the Champions League, and I was like, after the Audi Cup, obviously. City look fine, not conceding too many chances. There are games later. Tomorrow. Does anyone have any sort of preferences on a game they'd like me to do tomorrow? We've got Rangers Celtic, Newcastle Arsenal, Manchester United versus Liverpool, Spurs versus Sheffield United, which would be the one I'd like to do least. So just that one. Maybe a one later. Let me know. Same here, just out for dinner. Nice. Are they allowed in pubs and stuff now in Wales? My dad lives in Wales, but I don't really ask him because I don't care what he has to say really about it. Which League 2 tiebreakers went head-to-head record before goal difference? Then we could finish on the same points as Charlton and win the league. I'm not a fan of that, really. I think it should be goal difference because when Hereford got relegated from the League 2 in 97, it went on goals scored, and Hereford had a worse goal difference than Brighton, who are now in the Premier League. And if it was now goal difference, Hereford would have stayed up, and I think they changed it not long after. I prefer goal difference, definitely. But I can understand how goals scored would also be an interesting way of doing it. But it doesn't sort of take into the fact that you've been defensively solid as well. Swansea versus Derby at 3 p.m. today. I believe that is on Super 6, and I've done that game. I think I've gone for a Swansea victory. Old Fir, maybe. says Pinman. Blade says Jeff. I'd do Swansea versus Derby because it involves the whole relegation zone. If Derby win there and safe, if they lose, they can go down. I still think I'm pretty certain they won't get relegated just because Rotherham are so poor. I had an argument with a Liverpool fan last night because I had a disagreement when he said Gomez is world class and I played he's good, not world class. When you think of world class sides, right, losing City is an example just because they're playing, Gomez wouldn't get in the side, would he? Do you know what I mean? I don't think he'd get in the side over Laporte or Stones, certainly at the moment, and he wouldn't get certainly over Diaz. But I understand he is on his day. He's very, very good. I really like him. Swansea playoffs at least, definitely, because it's the top four, the top six is all sorted. It's just a case of positioning, if I'm not mistaken. Who would you rather play, Toby? Who would you rather play? World class is Ramos level. Yeah, Ramos is world class. Diaz is world class, I would say. I would also say someone like Van Dijk is world class. I think head-to-head record does come into account if teams are level on goal difference and goals scored. Yeah, but the chances of that happening are very, very slim. Isn't it? When was the last time that happened? Barnsley, easiest game. Interesting. I was thinking you'd like to avoid Bournemouth because they are flying. 5 wins in the last 6 games. Barnsley are going well though. Lingard is world class. I mean, I wouldn't put your eggs all in one basket there just because that's not the case, is it? Although he's playing very, very well. I think to be world class, you have to constantly perform at the highest level consistently for a while. If he played really, really well, if he played like this for Manchester United for the period of like a season or two, then yeah, you'd be thinking, oh, but he's doing it for West Ham, which is brilliant. But Bournemouth will win the whole thing. I really don't want that to happen. I really don't want it to be the same team that got relegated. That's the most boring thing ever. However, I would like them to get into the final just because it would make it more interesting. I think you'll definitely play Bournemouth though. Or Brentford. Andre Ayew was world class, right? Once saw someone on FM managing in the Premier League relegation playoffs. Luckily, not their team now. What? So they had like a relegation. They changed it so it was a relegation playoff. He was judging him on pace, and England's best centre back doesn't work like that. Not many great English centre backs. Let's be honest. Told him to stop playing for him. Yeah, definitely. We're not blessed with centre backs. We're blessed with right backs for whatever reason, but centre backs not so much. Left backs, we've got a couple of good ones. Surprised no one scored yet. It's been fairly flat. I think that's what happens when you make so many changes. So it's Connor Roberts, the best right back, and right winger of all time. Right. Here is Zaha. Milivojevic to Eze. Ward. Townsend. Eze. Back to Townsend. Nice. To Ward. This is brilliant from Crystal Palace. Pulled back. Oh, he's Benteke. Brilliant save. And it's out for a corner. Very, very well done by Edison. Really nice football from Palace. I think both teams were level on points. Oh, okay. Goal difference, goal score and head-to-head record. We were in between 17 and 18. Oh, I understand totally. Sometimes they just do it on name and like randomly selected. I've seen that before. That's would be a horrible way to get relegated. Obviously if they might, I think I've seen it before for those sort of down the bottom. In my opinion, Gomez and Ferran are the same. People judge them on pace because they are both quick but not world class. Quite like Varane. So look, world class is Zlatan. he certainly has an option. He certainly has a role to fill, but I wouldn't put him world class. Certainly not at his age. One day though, one day he was. I think world class is so subjective as well. I might think that Phil Foden is world class and other people won't. Or I might think that Nathan Ake is world class and people won't. Or somebody might think that Mendy's world class and I certainly wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? So I think it is subjective as well. Bruno's world class. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. If it's not world class anymore, he was. Yeah, definitely. Here is Eze to take this free kick for Palace on the stroke of the hour mark. And it comes. Headed on by Dan. Benteke gets it down and rivaled with a shot. So is Rashford. I mean, maybe there's just different levels of world class. Like I say, if you get into... Like, De Bruyne gets into every side in the world. That's world class. You know... Lewandowski gets into every side in the world. Does Rashford? I'm not so sure. The only time a playoff game like that has happened that I can think of was a 2010 World Cup qualifier. Oh, who was that between? Rooney for Man United, world class. At a certain time, yes. Definitely. But it would be remiss of me to say anything other. As much as I can't stand Neymar, he's world class. Yes, definitely. North Macedonia in the Euros. I think they might be. I'm not sure. Does he take over Bruno, though? Because Bruno is perfect for United. I think Rooney has been very, very good consistently for a long time at Manchester United. So he would be better, as Bruno's not been there for long enough. Algeria and Egypt was controversial because Egypt had more away goals and lost the game. Ooh. But I suppose if that's not the rule, then that shouldn't come into comprehension. If City scored 5 goals away at Palace in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup and in the second leg lost 3-0 or 4-0, then they'd go out because that's not the rule. It's only a rule in this competition. I'm not aware of it being a rule anywhere else in the British game. Certainly not a rule in any of the trophies that I know, and I don't think it's... in some games in like the FA Vars and the FA Trophy, you play extra time and then go for a replay, which seems a nightmare. Yeah, what's the matter? Gerrard and Lampard, world class, but no England trophy. Yeah, but I think at times Shevchenko was world class, but Ukraine never won anything. Man United, Man City, 2012 would have been a playoff had City at Old Trafford only won by 1 goal rather than 6-1. Yeah, I don't think they change it though. Alf, what's the matter? What's the matter? Here's Benjamin Mendy. They go out wide, Rodri, Cancelo, and Dan plays it away only as far as Fernandinho. Here is Sergio Aguero, tries to play it forward. Can't wait for my first live paranormal event. That sounds great. Prime Rooney was underrated. Yeah. I just think sometimes in England we overhype people, particularly young players, but we also don't appreciate them as much, particularly if they play in England. God, my hair looks very, very light today. The time head-to-head rule didn't exist either. God, that sounds crazy. It's mad how De Bruyne had a slow start to the season and still in the race for most assists. Yeah, he's just quality, that's why. I don't think I've seen anyone in the Premier League a better provider. Looking at the City bench. City have probably got the best bench that's ever happened in the Premier League history. It's got to be, right? De Bruyne, Diaz, Foden, Gundogan, Mahrez. Bernardo Silva, Walker. Well, in this lifetime, we never see Ronaldo and Messi playing the same side. No, I think sometimes you can't afford to have two world-class stars. They want to be centre of attention, particularly Ronaldo would want to be centre of attention. It wouldn't be fair, would it? It'd be like LeBron James and... Who's the other one who's really good? Let me know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like two... It'd be like Mike Trout and Bryce Harper being on the same side in baseball, which I'm sure none of you understand because probably none of you watch baseball, but they're the two best players as far as I'm aware. De Bruyne he is definition of world class. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. Aguero loses the ball. Not being in Europe whilst in the Premier League is pretty much playing once a week, which the fans must be boring. Well, in that case, you want to see his team go deep into a competition. You know, you want to go deep into a competition, and that's something that is difficult with these big six. Because at the end of the day, Crystal Palace want to win a trophy just as much as Spurs want to win a trophy. And Spurs have got a better side. It depends on the draw as well. Southampton go very, very, very well. Sterling. Aguero tries to play it out wide. It's come back to Aguero, blocked by Scott Dan. Gabriel Jesus is offside. The flag is up for Gabriel Jesus, so that goal will not count. Thanks for tuning in, Pinman. I really do appreciate it. Even though I'm a Spurs fan, I still go back to watch Zuma's run against Ajax on a daily basis. Ball comes in. Look. He seems really annoyed at himself, Gabriel Jesus. That goal will not stand. Wonder how good Bruno and Kevin De Bruyne would play together in midfield. I'm sure they'd be okay. I think Alf needs to go out, so I'm just going to let him out for a second. Oh, welcome back. Sorry, I was just letting the Alf out for his... He needed a wee. He is okay now. Sir Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher on the same team. Wants to be centre of attention. Even if people don't watch F1. Yeah, that's it. There is always that chance that people want to be number one and there are people with those sort of egos. As a shot wide of the mark. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like on the video. I would really appreciate it. This is my third stream back. If anyone has any suggestions for any video ideas, I need to think of some video ideas. If anyone has any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Laporte. Just not do a video on why Laporte is the best defender not to get capped, but maybe make a video on this sort of video. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hopefully, Tranmere stay down, so then Mike Dean is a very happy man. Tranmere are going quite well, aren't they? Are they 5th? Yeah, 5th. I'd like to see Morecambe go up, but I think it would be disappointing if Salford did. I'm imagining so much tuning in. Dude, I really do appreciate it. How you doing? Here is Raheem Sterling. I see you could win the trophy this season for Zenit. 3rd year in a row you've won the league. I read that the other day. Here is Cancelo. Ferran Torres' ball in. Almost like a strike. It was very, very, a lot of pace on it, and Jesus couldn't get back. City playing quite well now. Struggling to find the breakthrough though. Not had too many chances. What's everyone's best strike partnership you've ever seen? What do you mean partnership? Like 2 people? Because there aren't many partnerships anymore. There's usually a trio. Right? We don't see many I think Burnley play 2. But we don't see many 2s anymore. But I'd be thinking Bergkamp and Henry would be my first guess as a duo when I love a fantasy league. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe next year I'll do a fantasy league, but I would need maybe a few more subscribers. It's been quite a few years since 4th in League 2 went up. That's interesting. I think it happened the year Hereford got promoted. I think Stockport did it. 2008. Cole and York. Yeah, good call. But yeah, for me, it doesn't happen. But I think Firmino, Mane and Salah are quite underappreciated. Their goals. Mendy's ball in, headed away. It's going to fall to Rodri. Takes a touch. Brilliant. Brought down there. He puts it in and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Poor. But, Messi, Suarez and Neymar would be another good one. I think Benzema, Bale and Ronaldo also had a very, very good connection. But yeah, if you think of anyone else, before the start of next season, you could do a video on your final prediction of who comes where in the league. Yeah, I've done that before, but I never know when to put it out because there's so much up in the air, if you know what I mean. Kevin Davis and Nicholas Anelka. Interesting facts about Nicholas Anelka. He's played for PSG, Manchester City, Real Madrid and Chelsea. So whoever wins the Champions League will be a former club of Nicholas Anelka. Shearer and Lineker. What, for England? I'm good, bit nervous tomorrow. Top 2 clash in the Russian league. Title decided of us versus Lokomotiv Moscow. In second, we are 6 points clear, 3 games remaining. We will see. We win. We'll see. I think you'll be fine, dude. Yeah, you'll be definitely fine. I think even if you don't win this, I suppose if you lose the game, then it opens it up. But I think it'd be a must not lose. Really, I think a draw would win the league as well, right? Wouldn't it? From what you said. Free kick to Crystal Palace. It will be Townsend with the ball in. No one's going to be there, and it will be safely into the hands of Edison. And Alco once said that the manager he loved playing under was Big Sam. That's interesting. When was he at Bolton? I'm struggling to picture it. I reckon it was about someone screaming at me like the sort of mid 2000s. But I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. Rodri goes out wide looking for Cancelo. That seems to be where he'd be looking for constantly. Here is Ferran Torres, Bergkamp and Henry. That's what I said. Anelka. I know when Sam was there. That was mid to late, most of the 2000s. Early 2000s, wasn't it? Early to mid 2000s he was there. In fact, a draw would win us the league because goal difference is so much better than theirs. Yeah, definitely. I think you'll definitely get the result. But tell me tomorrow or next week or whenever I'm next streaming. I don't know why, but one of my favourite players back in the day was Darren Bent. Interesting. I saw Darren Bent play for Villa when he moved for 24 million. Here's Raheem Sterling. Sterling's still going, and Eze takes it off. He's really lacking confidence. I remember him leaving in early 2008. Yeah. All right. Okay. Here is Townsend. Could they find a way forward here? Benteke back to Townsend. One thing I noticed is there's a lot of players out of contract at Palace coming up. So it'd be interesting to see whether they hold on to those players. I think Wayne Hennessy, Townsend, Benteke, amongst others. People who are very much involved in Crystal Palace. But will they want to be moved on if Hodgson leaves, which seems to be the speculation? Might have joined 2006 when he joined. Right, okay. That's when I was sort of thinking. Sturridge and Suarez, the SAS. But wasn't Sheeran Sutton the SAS as well? Another good partnership. I liked Bong Lahore, whoever you spoke his name to. Yeah, I quite liked Bong Lahore. I went to Aston Villa's just before he started playing. So I missed him. I don't think I ever saw him play as far as I'm aware. I have been to Aston Villa a couple of times, but I don't think he was involved in either game. Thanks, Jack. Thanks for tuning in. Dean and Agana was good for the Blades. I can't think of my favourite partnership with Hereford, but it's good. Here is one added minute. But McGoldrick and... who was the other player? McGoldrick and Sharp. That was a good one for Sheffield United. Imagine Sarge wasn't injury prone. Yeah, it's totally fallen apart for him. Here is Sterling going forward. Cuts it back. Here is Rodri. Seems to be at the heart. And where does he go? Of course, he goes out to the right-hand side. Do you remember a player called Keith Gillespie, a player for Leicester and Sheffield United? I sure do. I'm pretty sure he was the fastest ever sending off, if I'm not mistaken. Riedveld bringing it forward. Looking for Zaha. Cancelo does very, very well. Iberi and Wyke for Carlisle a couple of years ago. Yeah, and Wyke's gone on to do very, very well. Half time, and at the break, it is 0-0 at the break. What I'm gonna do? There we are. Half time. So half time 0-0. Yeah, I thought you'd know him. My mum had an ironing business and used to iron to go to his iron for him and go to his house and collect it. That's so interesting. Yeah, I remember Keith Gillespie. So the half-time stats, 72% possession to Manchester City, as you would expect. However, they are yet to have a shot on target with 7 attempts so far, as well as a goal disallowed for offside for Gabriel Jesus. 6 attempts for Palace, however, 2 of those were on target. 3 shots off goal. Block shots, City have had 3. 1 for Crystal Palace. 4 free kicks each. 1 corner kick each. 1 offside each. Both Holdsworth play for Blades. Dean and David. Is that right? Who was involved? Is David? Is it one of the Holdsworths involved in one of the clubs that? I think it's David Holdsworth. But not a bad half. It was also 0-0 in the game in the Championship rather. Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest. It would leave a draw would leave Sheffield Wednesday 3 points behind with is there any other games? No. With 1 game remaining, which would mean they would have to win and hope Derby don't win any of their remaining 2 games to stay up. Rotherham have a chance of staying up as well, but it is looking very unlikely as they are in terrible form. Where Rotherham in the form table, 1 win and 5 losses in the last 5 games, all of which of those defeats have come in a row. So I don't think they'll be staying up. Wickham, they can also stay up, but it would be a miracle if they stayed up because their goal difference is so poor. David was the defender. David Holdsworth is Carlisle director of football, because Dean Holdsworth was a manager at like Aldershot, I think, and David Holdsworth was manager of, I want to say, Newport. So they both went into management. Surprised David Holdsworth is involved, really. Dean was a striker. Did they play at the same time, Jeff? So is there any games that could be interesting? In League, the Premier League, we'll have a look first. Brighton could do with a win against Leeds at 3 o'clock on Prime. A win there would take them 10 points clear of Fulham, who played Chelsea at 5:30. The late game is Everton taking on Aston Villa. Everton in 8th place. Villa find themselves in 11th. And then Palace and Man City is 0-0 at the break. Tomorrow games, Newcastle versus Arsenal rather. 39 points, a win for Newcastle would take them up to 39 and would be very, very tough for Fulham to catch them. I think Newcastle are safe. I don't think they'll get 36 points. Any of the sides in the bottom 3, obviously Sheffield United won't. 4:30 we have the blockbuster of Manchester United versus Liverpool. Red Monday as it was once dubbed, and it was the most boring game I think I've ever watched. City could win the league with that game. However, a win for Liverpool would take them chasing down the 3rd and 4th places. And then Tottenham take on Sheffield United. A must-win game for them if they want to have Europe next season. Spurs, Monday, Burnley versus West Ham. Nothing riding on it for Burnley. I think they'll be fine. But a win would take them almost to safety. West Ham would need to win to keep pace with Chelsea and Leicester, particularly if Chelsea were to beat Fulham, which is likely. And then the Black Country derby, West Brom taking on Wolves. A win for Wolves would really make it tough for West Brom to stay up. Lincoln and Mansfield, who managed, I must be getting confused. Not many. Very rare. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think we've ever had any players who like brothers or anything. I had a few players with the same name. I remember when I first started watching Hereford, there was Tom Smith and Ben Smith. Ben is a very, very good. I think Ben's involved at Brighton. Tom Smith, I don't know where he is. So yeah, lots of interesting games. And then of course next week we have the Champions League. How exciting. Monaco versus Lyon tomorrow night in Ligue 1. And then on Monday we have the FA Vase and the FA Trophy final, which could be very, very interesting. Probably try and catch one of those if I'm not doing anything. And then Tuesday we have Man City versus PSG. I'll probably try and stream one of those games, if not both of them. Chelsea versus Madrid as well on Wednesday. And then we have the repeat of the Europa League games on Thursday night as well. Leicester play again on Friday night against Newcastle. Same with Neville and Brothers played. Oh, they did, didn't they? They did for Manchester United. And I know it's not the same thing, but Schmeichel, son and dad have both won the Premier League, which I think is quite a rare occurrence. There's been several cases of players whose fathers are managers playing it for their father. I remember there was a Paul Sturrock, which I'm sure some of you might know. His son Blair Sturrock always played for whoever Paul was managing. But I'm not sure he did much after that. I can't remember really. Because that was when I first started watching football. Blair is quite a weird name, isn't it? "39, he's not as old as I thought he was. Yeah, he was signed by his father 4 times during his career. That's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot of times to move. Mike, Nigel Clough and Brian Clough. Yeah, they both managers. Did Nigel Clough manage Derby? He managed Derby, didn't he? And obviously Brian Clough managed Derby. They managed the same club. He did manage Derby, I thought so. I suppose it's something we'll see more and more in the future. We'll definitely see more and more of it. It'd be interesting to see who's the first third generation player to win the Premier League. Might be Cassius Michael's son. And Bellingham's dad played football, didn't he? But non-league. And his brother Job Bellingham is also claimed to be pretty good. He's in the academy at Birmingham. Break is, I think this is the last break before the second half, which is exciting. I'll move that down slightly. Still 0-0 at the break. I literally said that, and then that's what Jake Humphrey said, which is kind of strange. Just moving my panels around. Yeah, so if anyone has a preference on any of the games tomorrow, I'd love to know. We'll keep an eye on the game in the Championship also to see how they get on. It's a very, very big day. If Sheffield Wednesday were to lose that game, they would get relegated. So they have to at least pick up a draw, if not a win. A win would take them really, really close. And on the final day, they have Derby County. Could you imagine Derby County, who are in 21st, taking on Sheffield Wednesday, who are in 22nd, and the winner stays up? That would be incredible. Knowing that, I'm hoping that Sheffield Wednesday get something from this game to put it to the final day. And I think Derby play Swansea today or tomorrow. So I think it's today. So that could be a tough game. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. Did any of you wonder what I was doing and what I was up to? At least I've come back. I think that's good. Tottenham a big club of any appeal. Will appeal to any manager, says Mason. I'm not sure that's true. Oh, it says here that Nottingham Forest missed the penalty. Kieran Westwood, the Wednesday goalkeeper, saved a penalty which could prove to be massive. Thanks so much to everyone who's tuned in so far. I really do appreciate it. Looking forward to the second half. Meerkat movie advert. Now it's a Disney Plus advert. See what's going on in the world of football. Here's one for you. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has managed 144 games as manager of Manchester United, which are the same as Jose Mourinho. He has a 56.94 win ratio. Jose Mourinho has 58.33%, so slightly better for Mourinho, who was dismissed of his duties. However, what we could say is Solskjaer is starting to improve, and at the same time, Mourinho was losing the plot. They're all around the same sort of over 50%, 50 sort of 3% for David Moyes, 52.5% for Louis van Gaal. think Kelly finishes work in a minute, so she should be heading home soon, which I'm sure Alf will be very, very pleased about. Well, something that Ian Ebbett said in an interview said, one of my goals is to stop people in Bolton wearing Manchester United shirts. I want the young kids and the future fans to be wearing our shirts, not Manchester United's, which is quite a nice thing to really clearly cares about embracing the local community and having them support their local team instead of the big boys from down the road. Good draw for Southampton yesterday. After that 9-0 last year, they managed to get a point against Leicester despite having 10 men. Yannick Vestergaard sent off after 10 minutes, but they took the lead on the hour mark. James Ward-Prowse with a penalty before Johnny Evans equalised a few minutes later. So he would be very, very pleased with that draw, Ralph Hasenhüttl, but they are still, considering they were top at one point, they've been in absolutely terrible form. Only their form in the last 6 is only better than Sheffield United, who have won 1 and lost 5. But it's been pretty poor from Southampton. Even if we go back to the last sort of 10 matches, they're just down there again with Sheffield United. It's been very, very, very poor. Very poor. Just wanted to touch on the discrimination blackout from social media for the club. I think it's a really interesting initiative that they've done, and hopefully it will help people. I always try to report discrimination when I see it online, because I feel like if I don't, then it might be okay. But sometimes they get away with it. Like, I report someone for something racist, like someone said about Song Heung-min, and I was like, reported it, and then they were like, oh, thanks to it, they violated our rules. But he still had his account and everything, which is absolutely insane, considering he obviously racially abused Son Heung-min. Very, very, very disappointing from... it was Twitter I saw it on, so I was very surprised to see they did not do anything about it, really. Maybe they banned him for a few days from speaking or whatever, but I think that's very, very poor from Twitter. But hopefully this blackout makes them take it a little bit more seriously. We are looking forward to the second half. I've never been to Crystal Palace Stadium. Have any of you been to Crystal Palace Stadium? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure some of you might be tuning in are Crystal Palace fans, so you might have. There's Aguero and Benjamin Mendy. No changes made at half-time. It will be the same side. No, I've never been to Crystal Palace either, but Kelly got me a scratch map, so I'm planning on going everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Google, run by communists. Oh, the second half is underway. That's gone to 40s. I think City could win this. Junior, thanks so much for tuning in. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining the stream. I need to move that up. Yeah, I think I've gone for a draw because City have made so many changes, and they did struggle against Leeds in the game when they made a lot of changes last time. So that's what I'm sort of thinking. What's your favourite stadium apart from Man City's or Hereford's? The best stadium I've been to is the Emirates Stadium. I really like the Emirates Stadium. I also like the stadium at Wembley. That's a good stadium as well. But yeah, I really do like the Emirates Stadium. I want to go to Tottenham Stadium as well. I think that would be really, really good to see. But like I say, I've got this scratch map. I'm going to try and complete it, and hopefully I will be able to do that in the future. Rodri commits a foul. What is everyone else's favourite stadium? Let me know in the comments. Been to Man United shop and Sin statue. Nice. I've not been to Man United Stadium. I guess because they're not my favourite side, I probably will have to go there like in in the away end. So it'd be hard doing the teams I don't really like. I've been to Shrewsbury Stadium now, obviously several times, at Cheltenham and teams that Hereford have rivalries with. They go long, headed away by Fernandinho. Here is Torres. Fernandinho plays the 1-2 with Torres, and he's given the ball away. Fernandinho wins it back brilliantly, but Riedeveld gets there first. Allianz Munich. That's a good one. I've never been to a stadium outside of England. Oh no, I've been to one in Wales. Yeah, outside of Britain, I've never been to a stadium. But I was looking at going to maybe, because I've want to like visit as many countries with my girlfriend. So I'm hoping to maybe go to somewhere like the new camp or something one of the days. Say one of the days whenever we're allowed to safely do stuff like that. But yeah, never been there. I'd like to go. Obviously, it's a cracking stadium. Gabriel Jesus given away a throw. It will be taken by Ward. I've been to quite a few stadiums. There's always way bigger than I expect. Yeah, definitely. I couldn't believe the size of Wembley. I think pictures don't do justice, or videos don't do justice, or like lives don't do justice. Here is Zaha, loses the ball. Eze falls down, and here comes Torres. This could be an opening for City. He's still going. Is he fouled there? He is fouled, and that will be a yellow card. Kouyate. I thought it was actually not a foul. I disagree with that one, but he will be a yellow card for Kouyate. I'm sure he's fully aware of that despite his back turn. Brilliant run by Torres. Could be a well worth signing, I think. 20 million they paid for him. I think he could look very good in the future. So Milivojevic got a yellow card, not Kouyate. I thought it was him, but it was for the challenge before. Speaking to Aguero there. Very good penalty taker. I've been to Brighton's and Leicester Stadium. Been to Leicester Stadium too. 2019, I was surprised at how big they are. Yeah, I really like Leicester Stadium. That's where my team got promoted to the Football League back in 2006. And I saw them in 2008 as well for a Leicester game against Hereford. I've not been to Brighton Stadium. No, I like the look of Brighton Stadium. It looks a really nice stadium. Free kick comes in from Cancelo. Quite poor, really. Not much height on it, and it was cleared away first time. But City have now got the ball back. Fernandinho. Back to Edison. Edison goes out wide. Here is Torres, who started the second half with a spring in his step, for sure. Fernandinho. Cancelo. Torres to Fernandinho. Fernandinho to Gabriel Jesus. He's going to go out wide back to Torres. Cancelo. And they lose the ball. Foul by Gabriel Jesus. Who do you think has more of a chance of winning this game? Definitely City. However, I think Palace have produced shocks in the past. They've beaten many sides. They've beaten Palace. Palace have beaten City at the Etihad. I was actually there for that game. They've beaten them. They beat Manchester United as well. They've beaten Arsenal several times, so they know how to beat these big sides. So I would not be taking this for granted at all if I was Manchester City. My brother took a photo of my 3-year-old nephew in front of the Leicester Stadium. I wasn't sure if it made the nephew look tiny or the stadium look massive. Yeah, it is quite a big stadium, but it's nowhere near as big as something like Wembley. They're just absolutely massive. You can see Wembley from ages away because they have the arch going over. I haven't had any lunch yet, so I need to make some when I'm back downstairs. I've got a pizza to have. Ball goes back to Guaita. But yeah, nice. I like the stadium just because I got promoted there, and it was nice to watch us get promoted. Although I was very, very ill. I think I was ill with Rory and stress about us getting promoted because we've been down there for so long. That was only my third season supporting Hereford. Here's Mitchell. Goes forward. Cancelo wins the header. Fernandinho. Aguero tries to go out wide. Sterling. Rodri. Fernandinho out wide to Mendy. Fernandinho goes out wide. Cancelo. Subs are warming up for City, they've just said, so they could be making a change. Rodri's going to pick the ball up. Goes back to Laporte, who was the winner and the difference in the game against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup final. Fernandinho goes long. Ferran Torres. Headed behind by Scott Dan. Very, very, very good defending by Scott Dan there. I'm really impressed by Torres in the second half. He started really well. His opening sort of 8 minutes. He was onside as well. Vizeh. So if you haven't already told me, who is your player of the season? Because I'm really struggling, because I don't think there's been massive... There's been a few who have been very, very good, but I don't think there's a massive standout. There's people like Kane and Bruno Fernandes and Diaz and De Bruyne that have all been fantastic, but there's no like a big standout like there has been in recent years. So let me know if you haven't already, but I'm not sure who it will go to. But I think it will probably be one of those. Edison knocks it long. Looking for Torres. Can he get there ahead of Mitchell? He can get there ahead of Mitchell. Highest Carlisle can finish is 8th. So would like to end the season strongly. We win away from the top half of the table finish, which is progress from last season's bottom half. I understand that, Chris. However, considering where you were, a top half finish would be quite disappointing. I think that's the problem. End of the day, if you had a crap start to the season and then you had like the opposite. So you started really badly and ended up finishing 10th and doing really well. You play, it's been a good season, we made progress. But started really well and falling down the league is really, really is like it isn't like a good way of ending the season for sure. I've never been in the Wembley Stadium. Went past it. Went to O2 Arena, but it looked massive. I've never been to the O2 Arena. However, I have been to Wembley. I did a tour at Wembley back in 2009. And then I went to watch Hereford play there in 2016 as well. Really, really big stadium. Really big stadium. Stats-wise, Harry Kane. Totally understand that. I know you've said that he should win it as well. He's done very well, assists and goals. He's done very, very well. Kouyaté takes the free kick quickly, but Townsend cannot get there for lack nor money. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden are all warming up on the touchline. Here's Ake, who has been injured for a while but is now starting to play a few games. Played against Leeds and now playing this one. Been to the O2 Arena a long time ago. Christian event. Oh, are you religious? I never knew that. Ake, Rodri, Mendy. No, I've never been to... I've been to what was the LG Arena, which I can't remember what it's called now, to watch wrestling. And I went to watch the Clothes Show with my girlfriend when we first got together, which was Very, 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 very boring. Yes, I'm gutted where we start with the start of the year, not to get playoffs, but at least. But unfortunately, what is still progress from last season, but gutted at the same time. Hopefully, from next season. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand why you're disappointed, definitely. But as you say, it's all progress. WWE. Yes, I watched WWE. Aguero! Lovely, lovely, lovely finish. Lovely finish. And it is 1-0 to Manchester City. And it's Sergio Aguero. And they're all going nuts for him. Might be his last ever goal. What a lovely, lovely finish. Did that classic thing. I don't know if any of you know what I mean, but it was very similar to that goal he scored against Liverpool when they won 2-1. He picks it up, and no, it's not quite as it's nothing like that really. Very, very nice finish though, into the roof of the net. Nothing the goalkeeper could do, and City have gone 1-0 ahead. Very nice. Very nice. And City are now 13 points clear as things stand in the live table, ahead of Manchester United. And that could be enough to seal the title. I'm just going to update the tags. Oh, it's in again! It's Ferran Torres! Another goal. I was just updating the tags, and it's Ferran Torres. Townsend's looking devastated. City are 2-0 ahead now. And they are on the brink of the title. It could be snatched away from the hands of everybody else this weekend. Jesus finds Sterling. Sterling can't get the right touch, but it falls to Torres, who takes a touch. Lovely. Shoots through the legs of Kouyaté into the sort of bottom corner. Lovely finish. 2-0. City are 2-0 to the good. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Lovely goal, lovely goal. Stunning, breathtaking Manchester City. Oh, they're just... Sometimes they play some nice stuff, don't they? They really, really do. Really, really nice goal. Probably some City fans somewhere that went to the toilet for 2 minutes and missed both the goals. Yeah, that's happened to me a lot. I went downstairs to let Alfie out on... I want to say... Monday, I think it was Monday. Leicester equalised while I was downstairs, which is really annoying. Well, technically, Man City are champions if United draw because of goal difference. What is the goal difference? Oh, a lot. Yeah, they're champions already, aren't they? They're not going to catch them. I said 3-0, and City and Aguero scored, so it could well be 3-0. Riedveld has come off for Jeff Schlupp. So he is off. I said 2-0 City. Oh, that's not come up yet on here. It's weird. Yep, 2-0 City. So you are right as things stand, but they could want more. Cancelo. So they've got that edge now. They've got that 2-goal advantage, and it's going to be very tough on Palace from here. They needed to come here and win, and that is exactly what they are doing. Rodri. It's amazing. It's amazing how incredible this incredible run that they've been on. It's just unbelievable. The away running run, the wins in a row that they had in all competitions, and then to be able to just constantly play well and win, and to go from being mid-table to the Championship this quickly is sublime. City already won the league for me weeks ago. Yeah, they did, but it's never over till it's over. If Man United would have beat Leeds, and then they'd have lost this game, it would be on. Do you know what I mean? But City are too good to that. Here's Sterling. Oh, he's hit the post. Torres. Oh, no one there. All it takes is a dodgy penalty and go out of nowhere and Palace could be back in it. Yeah, definitely. It isn't, but it's tough. 2 goals is tough. 2 goals is tough, and it could have just been 3 with Sterling hitting the post. Yeah, really, really difficult now for Palace. But I don't know. They're just saying now, will they keep back, or will they try and score and potentially concede more? So it'd be interesting to see what they do. Personally, I think they will see the game out and not attack too much. Here is Gabriel Jesus' ball in, and that's going to be out for a corner kick to Manchester City. Might as well give City the cup now. Yeah, that's it. It is over, but it's not over till the fat lady sings. I mean, look how Liverpool were top of the league at Christmas, and now they are 6th place and could miss out on the Champions League spots, which was just unthinkable. And I said after they won that 7-0, I did a live stream for it. Corner comes in, headed behind for another corner to City. I said, "Oh, Liverpool will win the league. They're just too good." They're too good, and then it fell apart completely. So it's never over till it's over, but unfortunately in this situation it is probably over just because there's so little amount of time to play. It's never good to be top at Christmas if you're Liverpool, because 75% of the time you don't win the league, which isn't a very good stat, is it? Ferran Torres taking this corner. Liverpool and Carlisle were both top of the leagues at the start of the year. I said about that better. It's been total capitulation. Ball comes in. It's forced. Ake! Oh! Laporte! Should have scored. Should have made it 3-0. But he didn't. Jesus with a shot blocked. And then Laporte. I think it was a block there. Just need Jesus to score now. Yep, just need Jesus to score now. He hasn't had many opportunities. I mean, Man United were 11 points clear of Man City with 8 games left. Then Man City won it, but this is a bit different. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll see a capitulation like that from a City team this good. Because they are just unbelievable. Fernandinho. Torres. Rodri. We've still got another 25 minutes left. Oh, they've given the ball away. Here's Zaha. And Zaha can't find Benteke. Yeah, they're just knocking it about. So it just says Ferran Torres has scored 10 goals this season. I think he got a hat-trick against someone though. They've got 6 players who've scored 10 goals this season. Yeah, so he scored 4 in the 4 in the league. He scored 4 in Europe, which I think one of them was a hat-trick, but I'm not sure why I think that. No, he didn't score a hat-trick. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe he scored. I think he scored a couple. If City didn't have the worst start to the season they had in years, they would have won it by now. No one was talking about City after 10 games in. No, they weren't. But if they had Ruben Diaz at the start, they probably would have wrapped it up by now. They've been sublime, and I think they need a striker. If they replace Aguero with the right person, here comes a change. Zinchenko is coming off. is on rather, and Fernandinho is coming on. The old man of the side is going off. No one would expect City to be in that position and then go on and win the league fairly comfortably. Fernandinho is off and Zinchenko is on. Not sure what they're doing there. Is he going into midfield? Carlisle didn't play from the 3rd of January to the end of January after they went top of League 2 and had games postponed, didn't work due to weather and COVID. That's probably what has knackered them. Benteke is also coming off. He leaves the field and Mateta comes on. Comes on for Palace. It will be a free kick to Palace. Taken by Kouyaté. Rodri heads away. Headed on by Schlupp and Mendy gets it away. Yeah, it definitely had an impact, Chris. I can understand that. And it must have been really annoying to see that you were doing so well and then you had all those injuries, all of those suspensions, postponements rather. Jesus. Rodri. Okay. Zinchenko. Yes, Zinchenko is playing in midfield. Apart from Man United, which have got a season, and Chelsea too have guessed, Liverpool, Tottenham and Arsenal have definitely underperformed. Yeah, they have. Definitely have. Arsenal the most. Tottenham have underperformed. Here's Aguero. And cut out by Kouyaté. He does very well there. They have, but maybe if Chelsea would have had Tuchel from the start or been better under Lampard, they would be further. They'd be further fighting for the title, but that's not happened. I think Liverpool will come back stronger next season. Arsenal, it's hard to say. Tottenham, there's a lot riding on it. Chelsea, I expect to have a better season next season, and Man United need to improve in the sort of transfer market, but it could be quite open next season. This will take City up to 80 points. It's going to be a low points haul compared to the previous 3 seasons of 198 and 99. They're saying games in hand. We had games in hand, but rather points on the board. Yeah, that's it. If you'd have played all those games, you might be in the playoffs or still fighting for automatic promotion. I hope next season is a good one, and with few games left, Man City, Liverpool, Man United and Chelsea are all challenging for the title. Would make it more fun and interesting. Well, you think about like the sort of last few seasons, it has been Jesus here, blocked. It's Cavani leaving because because he's on loan. He isn't actually on loan. He's just on a short-term contract. But it does look like he will be staying, which will be a great piece of business for Manchester United. If you have a look at the sort of this league is going to be wrapped up. Zaha crosses it in. Schlups straight at Edison. So the Premier League last season was done. The season before that, on the final day, season before that, it was done. And then Chelsea won it, it was done. Leicester won it, it was done. Chelsea won it, it was done. City won it on the final day. Man United had it finished. And Man City then won it on the final day. So it doesn't happen that often. Usually it is wrapped up by the end of the season. But this season it looks like it will be wrapped up with a few games to spare. 2013-14 City, Liverpool, Chelsea all in the title race till April. When Arsenal fell away, then Chelsea fell away with 2 games remaining. And then Liverpool fell away as well in the end. But it's nice to see a title race. I think the most crazy title race we've ever seen was that one a few years ago. Because for Liverpool to finish on 97 points and not win the league and for City to just be constant winning. And they had to win games, and they did. They just kept winning. They kept winning and kept winning and kept winning. We'll never see anything like that again, because usually there's slip-ups here and there's slip-up there, and there's a draw here when they should have won, but it was just constant winning. You think how many points they would have dropped? Just unbelievable. Who is Mahrez? Where is Mahrez? Mahrez is on the bench, ready for the game next week, because he's been in sublime form. Mahrez has been absolutely fantastic, and in recent weeks, so will be needed for the PSG game. People always mention Bruno, but every time Cavani comes on, he scores, and he's had a good season. He has. And I remember I was listening to a podcast, and it was, why they signed him? He's not going to be very good. And it was on bloody Twitter and stuff. And I was thinking, he's a proven goal scorer, and he has consistently scored loads of goals every season, give or take, pretty much every season for the last sort of 10 years. So I wasn't surprised to see him do well, and I wasn't like proved wrong or anything. But a lot of people didn't rate him at all. And it's Cavani. It's not like someone who's been poor. It's not like when Falcao signed for Chelsea, who'd already been proven to be very, very poor for Manchester United. This is someone who has been consistently good. So Cavani was a brilliant signing. He is. I enjoyed 2018-19 title race regardless of April and May. Both teams kept on winning. It was madness. Yeah, never seen anything like it. Here's Torres. Plays it back to Cancelo. Oh, just over the bar. Score of the goals. Yep. So the 57th minute, Benjamin Mendy set up Aguero, who hammered home into the roof of the net. And then a couple of minutes later, Torres from outside the area curled it into the bottom corner and beat the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. So Aguero and Torres with the goals for Manchester City. Thanks so much to everyone who's tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, feel free to give a like and subscribe if you are new. We are on our way to 4,900 subscribers. We've got 17 minutes left plus injury time. Mendy. Milivojevic. Zaha's been very, very quiet. I think he might have missed the opportunity. There was a few seasons ago, he was red hot and he never went anywhere, and he might be ruining that mistake. Zaha is offside. In the other game, it is still 0-0 as far as I'm aware. So that means Sheffield Wednesday need Derby to be defeated at Swansea for them to have a chance on the final day, where they meet Derby, which is a sublime situation. No idea when it was, but Arsenal and Liverpool played each other forever ago, last game of the season, and they were second and first, and whoever came second won it and went into the league. I think it was like the early 90s. I think it was like 95, 94. Not sure. But I definitely heard about it. Oh, wait, was that before the Premier League? I'm getting confused. That was before the Premier League. I was getting confused with that game against Newcastle where they lost it. No idea who remembers, and it would be good to have a season like that. Yeah, definitely. Definitely it would be good to have the end 1989. Thank you, Chris. Aguero tries to play in. Sterling, can he get there first? No, Guaita gets there first. Very good defending and goalkeeping by Guaita, who I've always really, really liked. I saw him play for Palace a few years ago, and I thought he's quite solid, isn't he? Better than Hennessy, anyway. Very good. Yeah, 1989, very, very good end to the season. Obviously, we had the Aguero moment as well in 2012. Two crazy ends to the season, for sure. I've never seen anything like the Aguero thing. I'm sure most of you. I've never seen anything like it too. I may never see anything like it again. We have 15 minutes left. If you have enjoyed this video, thanks so much for tuning in. 4 minutes to go, Man City losing, and everyone thought Man United had won the league. Yeah, they did. They did. Even when I remember I was at my dad's house and he was coming down the stairs and I said, they've got one. It was Checo, wasn't it? I was like, Checo scored. And he was like, oh, they won't get another one. And then we were sat on a sofa together and his wife, I think they were married at the time. Yeah, they'd been married for like a year or so. Not even a year, I don't think, actually. She was sat on the other sofa and we both in like synchronized went, yes, when they got the winner. I knew City was going to win. I didn't think that was happening. I didn't think it would happen. It was a crazy end to a tremendous season where we saw a total capitulation by Man United. Because they had that 4-4 against Everton, didn't they? And then they had that 6-1 defeat at Old Trafford to Manchester City. And then Kompany leading the charge when that bullet header to equalise to beat Manchester United. I remember that was a Monday night. Here's Aguero. I mean, it was before I had Sky because I was still at school then. Here's Sterling. Tries to bring it down. Sterling blocked by Kouyaté, and I was keeping up to date on BBC Sport. And I'm sure some of you know now. BBC Sport is an awful way of keeping up to date with football. It's always so behind. But I was doing that and I was refreshing constantly on my laptop, and then eventually it came through that they had won the game 1-0. Newcastle and Man United, good game. Yeah, same. That was 96, wasn't it? I think 96. Tremendous football. It's brilliant game. There's nothing better than watching entertaining football for sure, and that's what Newcastle were back in the mid-90s. Got to go, but the stream has been good. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you so much, dude. And thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who's tuning in at the moment. Kevin Keegan, manager, was annoyed. I would be annoyed as well. There was that 25 years ago this week, I think, that interview where he was like, they got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. Cancelo's ball in, brilliant! Oh, Sterling should have made it 3-0. Here is Zaha. Zaha still going. Milivojevic's shot and straight at Edison. Edison saved the penalty from Milivojevic, if I'm not mistaken, in that 0-0 game when they finished with 100 points. Tremendous keeper. He offers something I've never seen before. I don't think we've ever had a goalkeeper in the Premier League with such amazing distribution. Like, you think about Peter Cech and Van der Sar and Schmeichel and co. You think, well, they're very, very good goalkeepers, but they've never been able to do what he does. He said he wanted to get one above Alex Ferguson. I think Ferguson just played it sublimely, didn't he? He played it so well. And he really got in the heads of them. Sterling fouled. Free kick to Manchester City. I managed to get Carlisle line up despite club social media joining the boycott. I'm sure is it not like available anywhere else? Yeah, foul there. Free kick to City. Kouyaté has just received a booking, which is the second sort of cynical tackle, so probably deserved the booking. It's just outside the area, so potential for a goal. There's Zinchenko, Aguero and Sterling stood over it. Be sad when Aguero leaves because he's been a sublime servant to not only Man City but the Premier League. Very, very, very callous player. Come on, Notts Forest. It's still not as far as I'm aware. Let me know if there's any updates. I've got it from my local newspaper on the internet. They still get updates. That's good. It is quite far out. I don't think they'll be hitting it, but it is Sterling. Shoots, and it's way over. Way over. Way over. Still, very good. Oh, Ibar 2-0 up. My girlfriend's gone for a draw on her accumulator. You're probably wondering why she's doing an accumulator. The answer is, I don't know. $25 people watching. Thanks so much to everyone who's tuning in. Here comes Ayew. Jordan Ayew for Andros Townsend. I think the local newspaper website is awful as well. We're trying to keep up to date with football. They're never like up to date. Cargo attacking line up to date, which is good. Leighton Orient. They sacked. Was it McAnuff in charge, or was he in charge, or is he in charge now? Back heel from Aguero, trying to play in Sterling. Here's Sterling. Sterling! Oh, just wide of the mark. He's in charge now. Right, okie. Because, like, Carl Fergus, is it that bloke who was at Plymouth was in charge, which I thought was really weird at one point. Because they've really struggled for managers since Justin Edinburgh's passed away. Here is Zaha. Mitchell. So they've made 3 subs. City have only made 1 sub into the hands of the goalkeeper. I don't think they'd bring on anyone else just because they are all pretty much ready for Saturday. Not Saturday, Tuesday. Rather, that game is going to be very, very sublime. I'm really excited to watch that one. I'm sure all of you are as well. Some youth players on the bench, that's good. Nothing better than seeing your own on the pitch. Free kick to Crystal Palace. Taken quickly, Eze. Eze trying to play in Zaha. Great ball. Brilliant from Ake. Getting in front of him and putting it out for a corner. Brilliant defending from him, who's had a real stop-start to the season, but obviously is a very, very good option. Ooh, it catches Edison's hand there. Hopefully he'll be okay. Because you know what that means. Not Ben, Scott Carson. No, it doesn't mean that because they've got Stefan. And it comes from Eze, headed away, but not very far. Headed away again. And here is Joel Ward, who is clearly fouled. No need to do that. Is anyone looking forward to the playoffs? Best time to be a football fan is the playoffs, definitely. But it would be a shame. Oh wait, no. Some of the games will have fans there, I think. Still 0-0. A goal would change everything. A goal would change everything. I'll just have a look what's happening on that one. Yeah, they've got another 10 minutes to play there at Sheffield Wednesday. So it's still open there. Eze to take his free kick for Palace. No Rich today. Hopefully he's okay. I've been watching his TikToks. Thinking about joining TikTok. Try me. I already have a TikTok account, but I don't have like a proper channel. You know what I mean? Try me. Win League 2 playoffs. I'm well experienced. Done it before. Yeah, but Boyer's done it with Blackpool. So could he do the same with Salford? Derek Adams has got Plymouth promoted, right? And Newport have been in amongst there before. So it is open to debate, but I can see why you'd fancy. But Mickey Mellon isn't in charge there anymore, is he? Because he's gone to Scotland, I think. Who's manager of Tranmere now? Keith Hill. Oh, did not expect that. He's a very experienced manager, though, isn't he? Very experienced. He's a good manager. He was in charge of. I'm sure Jack will have a different opinion, but I think he was in charge of Bolton before. Sergio Aguero has picked up another Man of the Match award for a Premier League game. He has so many that he balances his camera when he streams. Is Chris Beach mentor? Interesting. Yeah, he's a good. He's solid at that level, but don't expect him to sort of pull up any trees, if you know what I mean. 86 minutes on the clock. Andy Cole's son, good for Blades. Be good for Blades. That's good, dude. It's interesting to see these like players and their like children coming through, like Tyrese Campbell and obviously Kasper Schmeichel. There's DiMaggio Wright Phillips, but I don't think he's going to account to anything for City. Keith Hill and Chris Beach were both at Rochdale Hill as a manager. Beach was assistant. Is that where he's from? Is it? Interesting. Need to buy him. Here is Rodri. Rodri going forward, looking for Torres, who got the second goal. Probably the one that will take them over the line in this game. Aguero. Shot is saved by Guaita. Called Darryl or something like that. I'll have a look. Devante. Devante Cole. I know who that is, yeah. God, he's 25 now. Doesn't seem 5 minutes. Done alright in Scotland, doesn't he, in the Premiership? But the thing is, with players who do well in Scotland, it's always difficult to know if they're just good in Scotland. However, having said that, there's people like Lyle Taylor who's gone to Scotland and done very well. Here's Jesus. Oh, that's crap. Poor. My prediction, 1-0. Carlisle, we don't concede many, but we don't score many. Nice. Hopefully that will happen for you. Just one English starter in the lineup for City and a couple on the bench, and obviously Stones with a bucket with a red card, so he's not involved. So it was a straight red, wasn't it? So he'll be out for a few games. Not that it matters. João Costello. Laporte knocks it long. And into the hands of Guaita. We are almost at the end. We'll soon find out how much stoppage time we have. It's not very nice out. It's raining. Is it raining for anyone else? Saw some of you got sun and stuff. You got completely different weather to me. But yeah, it's raining here, as it always is in England. Give or take. It's a bank holiday, so we get an extra day off, technically, for those that work certain jobs. And we have crap weather. Shiny here. Oh, it's really, really bad here. It's horrible here, I go so far as saying. You got it lucky there, Jeff. 3 added minutes. 3 added minutes. And it will soon be over. I hope Carlisle signed Danny Johnson from Leighton Orient, proven goal scorer. He's on the bench for them today. But I suppose if he's doing well for Leighton Orient, then he might want to try it somewhere else. It's a long old way as well. Because I think that's something we don't consider about football players, particularly those in the lower leagues. Like if you're living in London, why would you want to go to Carlisle if you're settled in London? Like if I was playing for Exeter and then I got the opportunity to go and play for Wimbledon or Brentford or Millwall, then I'd probably make that move. But if I was playing for Millwall and I got the opportunity to go play for Hull, then it would take a lot more consideration because it's such a... Apparently it's unsettled. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because London is very expensive, isn't it? Just rumours. Nice. Thanks for watching everyone who's subbed today. We've had 6 new subscribers, which is really, really good. Thank you for everyone who has hit the subscribe button. Crystal Palace, please, 1 goal. I don't think it will happen, Tanner, but I will keep an eye out for you. We have only got 90 seconds left. Might be on TV again. That's really, really good to hear. That's exciting. Oh no, Ibar 3-0 up. Cancelo. Into the final minute. Jesus. Still going, Jesus. Set out for a corner, or is it a goal kick? Goal kick. Doing well on my prediction. Premier League prediction so far. I predicted Leicester score right yesterday. That's interesting. What made you think it would be a draw? I wouldn't have thought it would be a draw. I thought Leicester would have won, particularly when they went down to 10 men, Southampton, but that didn't happen. Eight changes and won the game. Fairly comfortable in the end. To be fair to Palace, they haven't created too many clear opportunities either. They say that a shot is blocked. Milivojevic's shot, very well done by Ake to beat it away. And there we are, guys. It is full time. Crystal Palace 0, Manchester City 2. Full time. The goals are as follows. Aguero, 57th minute, with a great strike, hammering it into the back of the net, like you would expect from Aguero, as we always see so many times, drilling it in. And then Torres from outside the area, curling it into the bottom corner. Lovely, lovely, lovely goal. Lovely goal. And City are now 13 points clear, with Manchester United able to get a maximum of 15 points. They are almost there. Almost there. Thanks so much for having tuned in. Chris, thanks so much for tuning in. And Jeff, thanks so much for tuning in. And everyone else earlier who's been involved as well. I really do appreciate it. Just thought Southampton, bad form has to end at some point. Very, very true. Thanks so much for having tuned in. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, or subscribe if you are new. Thanks so much for all the new subscribers as well. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Well, I will certainly see you soon.